Raish and his forces are based underneath Arkham City, extracting some kind of naturally occurring chemical he's called Lazarus.
Lazarus is a sweet name.
He's been using it for centuries.
That's a David Bowie song.
Slowly perfecting the process until he was even able to bring himself back from the dead.
Why'd you have to remind me, Aaron?
He forced me to.
Whoa.
Small doses.
Dude, maybe you'll find the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles down here.
But even the small amount I ingested had a few nasty side effects. Prolonged exposure
Wrong universe.
has driven Raish over the edge.
They're in Marvel.
You did a comic, bitch.
No.
Yeah. They've done crossover for everyone.
Don't fucking come
But
in
no.
here.
The Turtles were made by Daredevil.
Try to beat my comic knowledge.
I'll need to investigate this Lazarus
Daredevil was made by
further.
the Daredevil.
No way, Daredevil was made by the Daredevil creators?
Yeah.
Don't fucking tell me. Say it ain't so, Robert.
But no,
Say it ain't
Nuclear
so.
Waste that made Daredevil also made the Turtles.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be back to do it myself.
It's kind of amazing.
Well, if I do say so myself.
Robin, get you that blood sample.
Yeah, he's down at Gotham General.
What?
It's going crazy there.
What was I gonna say?
I'll
I
patch
don't know.
through.
So, okay. So, does that mean. Did the
Yeah,
Turtles
so-
age at the same rate as.
Daredevil?
Yeah.
The Turtles aren't actually a Marvel product.
Okay, but, like. Do we know if they aged at the same rate?
In theory, they would.
Joker's blood could be in as many as
Because I'm wondering if they both
people by the morning.
potentially could have existed at the same time, or if like they aged faster or slower,
On my way back to freeze
or
right
what.
now. Hopefully the
Well,
blood
the
sample
problem
extracted
is,
from Raish will complete the formula.
I hope you're
Since
right.
the Turtles aren't Marvel, the people that did that, they had to change that later on.
That's pretty dumb.
Because Marvel got a little pissed about it.
Anyway, they had a crossover with Batman, so it could totally happen.
Well, yeah, there's been a few crossovers, like Marvel and DC, before they got super rich.
I remember fucking what was it? Batclaw.
Yeah,
I got the comics.
did crossovers all the time. Like, there's a few like things where Batman and Spider-Man were hanging out. There's
I wouldn't say they did them all the time, Kyle.
they did it more than they did right now.
Well, duh. Comic sales in general, though, are really fucking down the shitter.
Well, yeah, they should do a few crossovers again.
Where am I supposed to go?
Ready to get
How do I get out of here?
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that.
Because I
With
want
what?
Spider-Man and Batman team up again. Because that shit's amazing.
I want Spider-Man, Batman, and Alvin and the Chipmunks to have a great adventure together.
Let's change it to Scooby-Doo.
Dude,
That would be
are
amazing.
you kidding me?
Well, you do know they had a recent crossover thing of DC and Power Rangers.
Whatever happened to that Scooby-Doo futuristic thing, Kyle, that you were reading?
I assume it's still going. It's just that I stopped.
Because our local comic shop went under.
Yeah.
I kind of fucked everything up.
And then we had
It's depressing.
You can't get that shit like mailed to you?
now you know.
Now you gotta go to a comic shop.
Mm.
And there's not many around here. That was the most convenient one. I mean, we can still go further out, but
Yeah. Then we have to move out of we still have Ash out of comics, but we often forget it exists because it's like tucked away.
Which one?
Ash Ave Comics, it's
Oh, yeah.
by the oregano's.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
it's been there for a long fucking time.
Yeah,
I think I'm going the right way to get out.
I think the main reason it hasn't closed because even the fucking red collectors is, how the fuck do I find this place?
I
That's
wouldn't
the
say
big
it's that
secret.
bad, Kyle.
Yeah, it was dude, you cough and you're missing.
Oh no.
I know exactly where it is, and I often forget it's there.
Yeah, but that's you, Aaron.
You know what?
That's not saying much.
Yeah.
You know what? You are absolutely correct.
Oh, no.
These fucking guys.
Wait, I did grab. Shit. Did I get that power up?
You already spent it.
Fuck. We should have got that one.
You should have fucking. Got some armor upgrade or
Fuck
something.
armor.
Like, I mean, It's important, Robert. You die a lot. You die less if you had armor.
Yeah. Maybe.
No, like 100%. Oh my god.
Snap his neck. Snap it.
Close enough.
He doesn't need a neck. Now I can tell
Make me
him.
confirm.
Confirm what?
I can't confirm.
You just can, man.
Where's the dude with the fucking goggles?
Have you guys ever wanted to be truckers?
I've thought about it.
No.
Well,
I thought about it recently.
yeah, I kind of want to do it too.
But then at the same time, it's like, no.
Dude, we'll be truckers together. That's even worse. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'd be down. I'd do it.
All the biggest problem is the license you need for it carries a heavy fee.
Yeah.
At least here in Arizona now. It's kind of fucked up. Gotta do like, well, depending on your health. So in my case, every other month, you gotta do a checkup, and that costs you out of pocket anywhere from $90 to $200. And if you fail, you can't drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be down to do it. I'd check now.
There we go. This bastard had fucking goggles.
And it's even better now because, right, I live with my dad. I don't pay rent. So, you know, like, if I was like living in an apartment, it'd be a different story because I'd be paying rent for an apartment I'm not living in most of the time. I think it'd be kind of cool.
So I went from the Mad Bomber bat to the Taser bat.
It's a good change, I think. Bomber bat is so, what was it, 2015 that we started? Still 2015. Electro bat is what we need now.
This is 2017.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Could I have taken them out quietly and silently? Maybe.
What's the fun in that?
I could be the goddamn Batman.
Alright, two more dudes. Take them out at the same time. Put your fingers in their butts.
I should have put bombs on top of that body.
You're not the bomber man anymore, man. You're now the Shocker. Hey Kyle, do you know what the Shocker is?
Yeah. I showed you that movie, right?
That's not true.
That is the truest. And I'm not joking.
I knew what that was long before I met you.
No, you
I
didn't.
think every high schooler has heard of that. And always joked about it.
You want to try it, Kyle?
Where are you gonna put it, Aaron?
Well, your dick hole, obviously. Do you think you can fit this in your dick hole? These two fingers?
I'll let you do that as long as I can give you an Alabama firecracker.
I was.
I thought it was Mississippi Firecracker.
I think it is. I was hearing about this dude. I was playing a game with some dude, and he was telling me the story. Right? He had this friend, and he was like, "Yeah, I can stick my pinky in my dick hole." They're like, "No, you can't." So he pulled it out, and he just did it. He's like, stuck his pinky in his dick hole, and then just pulled it out like it was nothing. And then he didn't do that. That was a joke. But that's fucking terrifying. I can't even imagine. That reminds me. Have you guys ever heard of the short story Guts by Chuck Palahniuk?
What?
No.
No.
No. Well, I'm going to tell you about it really quick. But first I'm going to put a disclaimer right now. If you are squeamish, if you viewers are squeamish and you don't like hearing about very disgusting things, you should probably stop now. I'm warning you. When I first heard this story, I was thinking like, oh man, well, I can handle this. I couldn't handle it. So I'm just warning you right now. All right, you go.
What's that? Puglo commented.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shit, bro.
What did he comment
Oh,
on?
I got it too.
That.
Checking.
Fuck the game. Puglo. Puglo is life.
Need to get that medical card for your dog, man. Well, these guys in my pick aren't my dogs, they're my kids. The unfortunate day that they pass will be like the scene from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire with Cedric's dad sitting over his dead body, bawling his eyes out. You're right, Def should have just turned the game off after the epic America sequence, lol.
What?
I don't remember the America sequence.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Puglo, we love you. And your pugs.
You're now in our Batman series. He's just gonna keep showing up randomly because you fucking.
No, I don't.
He's a cool dude.
I don't think he hasn't seen any of our old shit though.
That's gonna date this video.
Yeah.
You have
So yeah,
But
this,
it's known that we recorded this.
yeah, I'm just saying this is
Yeah.
gonna date it. Anyway, on to what I was saying earlier. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure that you got my call earlier. I'm just dying to speak to you. Call me, Bats.
You have one missed call.
Bats? Seriously? You're making me paranoid. Why aren't you answering my calls? You haven't gone and died on me, have you?
You have one missed call.
Look, I know you're not dead. I'm missing a group of my guys down under the tower. Guess that means you know about the guns already. Okay, I admit it, they're mine. Strange gives them to me, okay? Can we be BFFs again?
You have one
I
missed
have more than
call.
one missed call, bro.
Maybe it wasn't you that took out my guys. All right, then. The message I left before, you know, the one I left about the guns, you can ignore it. Just delete it.
You have one missed call.
Right. This is getting ridiculous. I've been leaving messages all night. You still haven't got back to me. Who do I need to kill to make you pick up?
You have one missed call.
And last, hey, Bats, where you been? I was just calling to find out how you're feeling. Are you getting the hallucinations yet? I know. It's hard to tell these days. You just never can tell if it's Scarecrow again, that little guy with the hat, my blood running through your veins, or if after all this time, you really are actually going crazy.
Oh, I was hoping a little more.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's this story, right? It's called, I already did the disclaimer. It's called Guts by Chuck Palahniuk. And I'm going to, I don't remember, why don't I just read it? I'll pull it up.
I think it was written by Chuck E. Cheese. Anyway,
It was, you're right.
I knew I was.
Hold on a minute. Oh, there it is. So it's a short story written by Chuck Palahniuk. He wrote, you know, Fight Club and everything. Alright. So
This isn't going over Batman.
This is a short story. I'm going to start reading it right now, alright? Alright. Inhale. Take in as much air as you can. This story should last about as long as you can hold your breath, and then just a little bit longer, so listen as fast as you can. A friend of mine, when he was 13 years old, he heard about pegging. Sorry, I lost my place. Pegging. This is when a guy gets banged up the butt with a dildo. Simulate the prostate gland hard enough, and the rumor is you can have explosive hands-free orgasms. At that age, this friend's a little sex maniac. He's always jonesing for a better way to get his rocks off. He goes out to buy a carrot and some petroleum jelly to conduct a little private research. Then he pictures how it's going to look at the supermarket check stand, the lonely carrot and petroleum jelly rolling down the conveyor belt towards the grocery
Yeah,
store.
I saw you open it for like 2 seconds.
All the shoppers
Just
waiting in
because I open my
line,
mouth doesn't mean I'm
watching.
breathing, Kyle.
Everyone's seeing the big evening he has plans.
Means you could be breathing.
You do know how to hold your breath with your mouth open, right?
Yeah.
So, my friend, he buys milk and eggs and sugar and a carrot. All the ingredients for a carrot cake. And Vaseline. Like he's going home to stick a carrot cake up his butt. At home, he whittles the carrot into a blunt tool. He slathers it with grease and grinds his ass down on it. Then nothing. No orgasm. Nothing happens except it hurts. Then, this kid, his mom yells at supper time. She says to come down right now. He works the carrot out and stashes the slippery, filthy thing of the dirty clothes under his bed. After dinner, he goes to find the carrot, and it's gone. All his dirty clothes while he ate dinner, his mom grabbed them all to do laundry. No way could she not find the carrot. Carefully shaped with a paring knife from her kitchen, still shiny with lube and stinky. This friend of mine, he waits months under a black cloud, waiting for his folks to confront him, and they never do. Just a second, sorry, fuck, goddammit. There it is, and they never do. Ever. Even now, he's grown up. That invisible carrot hangs over every Christmas dinner, every birthday party. Every Easter egg home with his kids, his parents' grandkids. That ghost carrot is hovering over all of them. That's something too awful to name. People in France have a phrase, spirit of the stairway. In French, esprit d'escalier. I don't know if I said that right.
That sounds Mexican.
Yeah, you made that sound really Mexican, bro.
I'm Mexican. Just fucking sue me. It means that moment when you find the answer, but it's too late. Say you're at a party and someone insults you, like we do to Kyle all the time. You have to say something. So under pressure with everybody watching, you say something lame, like Kyle does. But the moment you leave the party, as you start down the stairway, then, magic. You come up with a perfect thing you should have said. The perfect crippling put-down. That is the spirit of the stairway. The trouble is, even the French don't have a phrase for the stupid things you actually do say under pressure. Those stupid, desperate things you actually think or do. Some deeds are too low to even get a name. Too low to even get talked about.
Like showing a carrot, but
Yeah.
or being Kyle.
Looking back, kids psych experts, school counselors now say that most of
like a shovel.
school counselors now say that most of the last peak in teen suicide was kids trying to choke while they beat off. Their folks would find them, a towel twisted around the kid's neck, the towel tied to the rod in their bedroom closet, the kid dead. Dead sperm everywhere. Of course the folks cleaned up. They put some pants on their kid. They made it look better. Intentional, at least. The regular kind of sad teen suicide. Another friend of mine, a kid from school, his older brother in the Navy, said how guys in the Middle East jack off different than we do here. This brother was stationed in some camel country where the public market sells what could be fancy letter openers. Each fancy tool is just a thin rod of polished brass or silver, maybe as long as your hand, with a big tip at one end. Either a big metal ball or the kind of fancy carved handle you'd see on a sword. This Navy brother says how Arab guys get their dick hard and then insert this metal rod inside the whole length of their boner. They jack off with a rod inside, and it makes getting off so much better, more intense. It's this big brother who travels around the world, sending back French phrases, Russian phrases, helpful jack-off tips. After this, the little brother, one day he doesn't show up at school. That night, he calls to ask if I'll pick up his homework for the next couple weeks, because he's in the hospital. He's got to share a room with old people getting their guts worked on. He says so they all have to share the same television. All he's got for privacy is a curtain. His folks don't come and visit. On the phone, he says how right now his folks could just kill his big brother in the Navy. On the phone, the kid says how, the day before, he was just a little stoned. At home in his bedroom, he was flopped on the bed. He was lighting a candle and flipping through some old porno magazines getting ready to beat off. This is after he's heard from his Navy brother. That helpful hint about how Arabs beat off. The kid looks around for something that might do the job. A ballpoint pen is too big. A pencil's too big and rough. But dripped down the side of the candle, there's a thin, smooth ridge of wax that just might work. With just the tip of one finger, this kid snaps the long ridge of wax off the candle. He rolls it smooth between his palms of his hands, long and smooth and thin. Stoned and horny, he slips it down inside, deeper and deeper into the piss slit of his boner. With a good hank of the wax still poking out the top, he gets to work. Even now, he says those Arab guys are pretty damn smart. They totally reinvented jacking off. Flat on his back in bed, things are getting so good this kid can't keep track of the wax. He's one good squeeze from shooting his wad when the wax isn't sticking out anymore. The thin wax rod, it's slipped inside. All the way inside. So deep inside he can't even feel the lump of it inside his piss tube. From downstairs, his mom shouts at supper time. She says to come down right now. This wax kid and the carrot kid are different people, but we all live pretty much the same lives. Do we not? It's after dinner when the kid's guts start to hurt. It's wax, so he figured it would just melt inside him and he'd pee it out. Now his back hurts, his kidneys, he can't stand straight. This kid talking on the phone from his hospital bed. In the background you can hear bells ding, people screaming, game shows. The x-rays show the truth, something long and thin, bent double inside his bladder. This long, thin V inside him, it's collecting all the minerals in his piss. It's getting bigger and more rough. Coated with crystals of calcium, it's bumping around, ripping up the soft lining of his bladder, blocking his piss from getting out. His kidneys are backed up. What little that leaks out his dick is red with blood. This kid and his folks, his whole family, them looking at the black x-ray with the doctor and the nurses standing there, the big V of wax glowing white for everybody to see, he has to tell the truth. The way Arabs get off. What his big brother wrote him from the Navy. On the phone, right now, he starts to cry. They paid for the bladder operation with his college fund. One stupid mistake, and now he'll never be a lawyer. Sticking stuff inside yourself. Sticking yourself inside stuff. A candle in your dick or your head in a noose, we knew it was going to be big trouble. What got me in trouble,
I just need to.
I call it pearl diving. This meant whacking off underwater, sitting on the bottom of the deep end of my parents' swimming pool. With one deep breath, I'd kick my way to the bottom and slip off my swim trunks. I'd sit down there for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Just from jacking off, I had huge lung capacity. If I had the house to myself, I'd do this all afternoon. After I'd finally pump out my stuff, my sperm, it would hang there in big, fat, milky globs. After that was more diving, to catch it all. To collect it and wipe each handful in a towel. That's why it was called pearl diving. Even with chlorine, there was my sister to worry about, or Christ almighty, my mom. That used to be my worst fear in the world. My teenage virgin sister, thinking she's just getting fat, then giving birth to a 2-headed retard baby. Both heads looking just like me. Me, the father and the uncle. In the end, it's never what you worry about that gets you. The best part of pearl diving was the inlet port for the swimming pool filter and the circulation pump. The best part was getting naked and sitting on it. As the French would say, who doesn't like getting their butt sucked? Still, 1 minute you're just a kid getting off, and the next minute you'll never be a lawyer. 1 minute, I'm settling on the pool bottom, and the sky's wavy, light blue through 8 feet of water above my head. The world is silent except for the heartbeat in my ears. My yellow striped swim trunks are looped around my neck for safekeeping, just in case a friend, a neighbor, anybody shows up to ask why I skipped football practice. The steady suck of the pool inlet hole is lapping at me, and I'm grounding my skinny white ass around on that feeling. 1 minute, I've got enough air and my dick's in my hand. My folks are gone at their work and my sister's got ballet. Nobody's supposed to be home for hours. My head brings me right to getting off and I stop. I swim to catch for another breath. I dive down and settle on the bottom. I do this again and again. This must be why girls want to sit on your face. The suction is like taking a dump that never ends. My dick hard and getting my butt eaten out, I do not need air. My heartbeat in my ears, I stay under until bright stars of light start warming around my eyes. My legs straight out, the back of each knee rubbed raw against the concrete bottom. My toes are turning blue, my toes and fingers wrinkled from being so long in the water. And then I let it happen. The big white gobs start spouting, the pearls. It's then I need some air. But when I go to kick off against the bottom, I can't. I can't get my feet under me. My ass is stuck. Emergency paramedics will tell you that every year, about 150 people get stuck this way, sucked by a circulation pump. Get your long hair caught or your ass and you're going to drown. Every year, tons of people do. Most of them in Florida. Florida's a weird place, man. People just don't talk about it. Not even French people talk about everything. Getting one knee up, getting one foot tucked under me, I get to half standing when I feel the tug against my butt. Getting my other foot under me, I kick off against the bottom. I'm kicking free, not touching the concrete, but not getting to the air either. Still kicking water, thrusting with both arms. I may be halfway to the surface, but not going higher. The heartbeat inside my head getting loud and fast. The bright sparks of light crossing and crisscrossing my eyes, I turn and look back, but it doesn't make sense. This thick rope, some kind of snake, blue, white, and braided with veins, has come out of the pool drain and is holding onto my butt. Some of the veins are leaking blood, red blood that looks black underwater, and drift away with the little rips in the pale skin of the snake. The blood trails away, disappearing in the water, and inside the snake's thin, blue-white skin you can see lumps of some half-digested meal. Your eyes are widening, guys. That's the only way this makes sense. Some horrible sea monster, a sea serpent, something that's never seen the light of day. It's been hiding in the dark bottom of the pool drain, waiting to eat me. So, I kick at it. At the slippery, rubbery, knotted skin and veins of it, and more of it seems to pull out of the pool drain. It's maybe as long as my leg now, but still holding tight around my butthole. With another kick, I'm an inch closer to getting another breath. Still feeling the snake tugging my ass, I'm an inch closer to my escape. Knotted inside the snake, you can see corn and peanuts. You can see a long, bright orange ball. It's the kind of horse pill vitamin my dad makes me take to help put on weight, to get a football scholarship, with extra iron and omega-3 fatty acids. It's seeing that vitamin pill that saves my life. It's not a snake. It's my large intestine, my colon pulled out of me. What doctors call prolapsed. It's my gut sucked into the drain. Paramedics will tell you a swimming pool pump pulls 80 gallons of water every minute. That's about 400 pounds of pressure. The big problem is we're all connected together inside. Your ass is just the far end of your mouth. If I let go, the pump keeps working, unraveling my insides until it's got my tongue. Imagine taking a 400-pound shit, and you can see how this might turn you inside out. What I can't tell you is your guts don't feel much pain. Not the way your skin feels pain. The stuff you're digesting, doctors call it fecal matter. Higher up is chine, pockets of a thin rubbery mess studded with corn and peanuts and round green peas, Kyle. That's all this soup of blood and corn, shit and sperm and peanuts floating around me. Even with my guts unraveling out of my ass, me holding onto what's left, even then my first want is to somehow get my swimsuit back on. God forbid my folks see my dick. By one hand holding a fist around my ass, the other hand snags my yellow striped swim trunks and pulls them from around my neck. Still, getting into them is impossible. You want to feel your intestines? Go buy a pack of those lambskin condoms. Take one out and unroll it. Pack it with peanut butter. Smear it with petroleum jelly and hold it underwater. Then try to tear it. Try to pull it in half. It's too tough and rubbery. It's so slimy you can't hold on. A lambskin condom, that's just plain old intestine. You can see what I'm up against. You let go for a second and you're gutted. You swim for the surface for breath and you're gutted. You don't swim and you drown. It's a choice between being dead right now or a minute from right now. Well, my folks will find afterwards a big, naked fetus curled in on itself, floating in the cloudy water of their backyard pool, tethered to the bottom by a thick rope of veins and twisted guts. The opposite of a kid hanging himself to death while he jacks off. This is the baby they brought home from the hospital 13 years ago. Here's the kid they hoped would snag a football scholarship and get an MBA. Who care for them in their old age? Here's all their hopes and dreams, floating here, naked and dead, all around them big, milky pearls of wasted sperm. Either that or my folks will find me wrapped in a bloody towel, collapsed halfway from the pool to the kitchen telephone, the ragged, torn scrap of my gut still hanging out the leg of my yellow striped swim trunks. What even the French won't talk about. That big brother in the Navy, he taught us one other good phrase, a Russian phrase. The way we say, I need that like I need a hole in my head. Russian people say, I need that like I need teeth in my asshole. Нет это кадо как зубы в надвиске.
Let me read it.
Kyle, you're not gonna speak Russian any better.
It's right there.
Brendan. Это надо касуке person Nazi.
So
Yeah,
good.
that sounded even worse than his.
Yeah.
These stories about how animals caught in a trap will chew off their leg, well, any coyote would tell you a couple bites beats the hell out of being dead. Hell, even if you're Russian, Someday you just might want those teeth. Otherwise, what you have to do is, you have to twist around. You hook one elbow behind your knee and pull that leg up onto your face. You bite and snap at your own ass. You run out of air and you will chew through anything to get that next breath. It's not something you want to tell a girl on the first date. Not if you expect to kiss goodnight. If I told you how it tasted, you would never ever again eat calamari. It's hard to say what my parents are more disgusted by. How I'd got in trouble or how I'd saved myself. After the hospital, my mom said, "You didn't know what you were doing, honey. You were in shock." And she learned how to cook poached eggs. All those people grossed out are feeling sorry for me. I need that like I need teeth in my asshole. Nowadays, people tell me I look too skinny. People at dinner parties get all quiet and pissed off when I don't eat the pot roast they've cooked. Pot roast kills me. Baked ham. Anything that hangs around inside my guts for longer than a couple hours, it comes out still food. Home-cooked lima beans or chunk-light tuna fish. I'll stand up and find it still sitting there in the toilet. After you have a radical bowel resectioning, you don't digest meat so great. Most people, you have 5 feet of large intestine. I'm lucky to have my 6 inches. So I never got a football scholarship, never got an MBA. Both my friends, the wax kid and the carrot kid, they grew up and got big. But I've never weighed a pound more than I did that day when I was 13. Another big problem was my folks paid a lot of good money for that swimming pool. In the end, my dad just told the pool guy it was a dog. The family dog fell in and drowned. The dead body got pulled into the pump. Even when the pool guy cracked open the filter casing and fished out a rubbery tube, a watery hank of intestine with a big orange vitamin pill still inside, even then my dad just said, "That dog was fucking nuts." Even from my upstairs bedroom window, you could hear my dad say, "We couldn't trust that dog alone for a second." Then my sister missed her period. Even after they changed the pool water, after they sold the house and we moved to another state, after my sister's abortion, even then my folks never mentioned it again. Ever. This is our invisible carrot. You. Now you can take a good deep breath. I still have not. The end. What do you guys think of that?
Oh, well, if he wanted to, he expects this to have a 5-minute long lung capacity.
5? 5 minutes, Kyle?
It was super long.
It was about 15 minutes, I think, based on the timer. What do you guys think of that story?
That poor asshole.
Yeah, man. That's Chuck Palahniuk for you. Alright, Robert's died. And with that,
I've died a lot.
We're going to cut this episode here. I'm going to let you guys mull over that, mull that over, think about your life choices.
We don't have time to think about it.
Think about your masturbation techniques.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll see you next
I'm
time.
going to finish this fucking fight.
Bye. And his name is Robert. He likes to play games. He also, fuck you, subscribe. Damn it.
We're just having fun doing stupid shit now.